What's up, YouTube? It's Eric, a Lions fan. I appreciate you checking out my video. Today's video is going to be about a little bit about the Tigers and a little bit about the Lions, and maybe a sprinkle here and there Michigan and Michigan State athletics and kind of what that entails. But anyway, I'm going to start off with the Tigers right now. They're done with their series with Chicago, and now they go on to Boston. And all I've got to say, you guys, is that team's a hot mess. is about how I can put it. Yeah, they're above 500. Yeah, they're doing okay. But for a $100 and some million, I think it's $160 million some dollar roster. I think that's right. That team should be performing much better than that. Right now there's the Indians, and then there's a clump of three, and then there's the Twins. So that clump is Detroit, the White Sox, and Kansas City, kind of vying for second. Right now, I think the Detroit Tigers are still in second place with their 2 losses from the walk-off single and the walk-off home run today, which I'll admit I was not happy to read as I came across it. I don't know, guys. That team, I'm done watching the Tigers for at least a little bit. I may blog about them here towards the end of the season. Maybe if Awesomeness gets shit canned or something like that, I may come back on here. But for the most part, I'm done with that team. That team should be performing well above a 500 record for the firepower that they have for that team. So not impressed at all. Not impressed. But I'm kind of done with the Tigers. Anyway, a little bit more on the Lions here. They've put 3 people on the physical unable to perform list. Pettigrew, Fuller, and Corey Robinson. I think he's a wide receiver. Pettigrew had an ACL injury. He had surgery on it. I guess at some point during the off-season workouts, and maybe even right now, they just said, you know what, Pettigrew, we're going to put you on the list, and you'll be back I think it's week 6 they're allowed to come back on. So he's on that list. Also, Corey Fuller, I guess he had some foot issues. I didn't really get into it all for Corey Fuller's, but he's on the list. And Corey Robinson, I guess he missed some off-season workouts, so he's on that list. Now, I don't know if that's even within the rules of the NFL to be able to put him on that for missing off-season workouts. It's probably more punishment more than anything else, and they probably came up with, I'm guessing, probably some bullshit answer to put, or within the rules to put him on there, but it's probably more or less punishment. So it's going to be interesting to see how Detroit does this season. I said right now 7-9, but even before I even watch any preseason games to kind of know right where we're going to be at. So, and I'll blog about those preseason stuff too. I may just only blog about maybe the first series or so, but maybe as the 4th and final season comes along and we get into the first game of the regular season against the Colts, we probably should have a good idea probably what kind of team we're dealing with. So, anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about Michigan. I haven't really blogged about this at all, about Harbaugh and satellite camps, which I think they're a good thing. But I will admit, I think the NCAA probably needs to set some rules up so kids aren't, and I don't know how to quite say this, but I hope kids aren't being lured to come to a school only because Michigan goes to there, or USC, or Alabama, or Miami. It doesn't really matter what school comes. I hope they get to see how the teams run and whatnot. I've never been to a satellite camp before. Hell, I'm 40 years old. I never even got recruited for anything sports related, so I don't even know how that even works. So, but I hope they put the best interest for the kids in these satellite camps instead of, I don't know, making maybe promises that they can't keep, or luring a kid in there saying, hey, you get playing time, and then they get there and then they get no playing time. You know, kind of along those kind of lines. But I do kind of wish that other schools could join them. Like for Michigan in here, you got Michigan State, Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan. Maybe some smaller schools like Wayne State, which I don't even know if they have a football program, but they might. I know Grand Valley State University, or is it Grand Valley? I think it's GVSU up by Grand Rapids, Muskegon area. They have a college football program, Division II. So I'm hoping they can collaborate around some of these schools and whatnot, so the kids can get exposed to just more than just a Big Ten school, Pac-10, SEC, ACC, you know, that kind of satellite camp. So, and another thing too is, I guess a preseason poll came out, and it's Ohio State won, and I don't know if it's the AP or if it's the USA Today poll that ranked Michigan #2. I got to say, that's pretty lofty expectations for the Michigan football program to even put them at #2 in the country. Even I would probably have put them at 10 or 15 or somewhere around there, because in talking to my cousin, who was even a bigger sports fan than even I am, he seems to think their defense is probably the best in the country, and if they can get a quarterback in there that knows what they're doing in there, they've got pretty good expectations to go to a national championship, which I kind of found very surprising. But I don't know. We'll see how this goes. If they even get a Big Ten championship, I'll be blown away. I'll admit, being a Michigan fan. And Michigan State is usually under D'Antonio. He'll have his troops ready to go. And I can't remember where they were in there. I think they were somewhere in the top 10, but he'll have that team ready to go. I know they've got quarterback issues too with that, but their defense is usually pretty good as well. And he'll have that team ready to go. They'll probably make a run towards the playoffs, but if they don't make that, they'll probably end up in the Rose Bowl again, which isn't a bad consolation prize, really. Or a high bowl bid, maybe even at one of the BCS bowls that aren't within the playoff, but it's a high bowl, maybe even another Cotton Bowl bid. But we'll see. Anyway, that's going to be pretty much it, guys. If you would, do a like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys think. I don't think Michigan should be ranked #2. I think they should probably 10, 15, somewhere right around there. I think that's a little too high. But what do you guys think? Probably Alabama is probably the team to beat. Ohio State and Alabama are probably the two teams to beat. It's just the way it is right now. So, anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Deuces.